Hey everyone, this is X-Wing RLJ with part 7 of my Subnautica walkthrough on the PS5. I'm starting from the menu today because I want to show you a little glitch that happens a lot once you build your base and you save your game inside your base. When you come back to it, as you can see here, the game is acting like you're in water instead of inside your base. And it's not a game breaker or nothing. All you got to do is go to the nearest hatch and just click it like you're going to go out, and it will put you inside with the proper physics and whatnot. Alternatively, if you have a moon pool already, you can just jump in the water in the moon pool, same thing. So I'm going to be expanding the base today. In order to build off of this section here, you got to remove everything from that little indentation or the beginning of the walkway there in order to build onto it. Otherwise, it won't let you. So the first room I want to build is the multi-purpose room, which for some reason is not allowing me to build here. So I'm going to have to build a couple of pieces of walkway to get it to where it will let me build it. I've hit the left and right arrow on these walkway sections, the hallway sections, and you can change the orientation of the direction they're facing. Sometimes it works for rooms like that, other times it doesn't, so it's just hit or miss. So I'm going to be building an observatory today, so I need to make sure I build up my hull strength. So I'm putting in these
It may be prudent to separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
there's plenty of room for modifying your plans as you go along. So like I said earlier, I'm going to be building an observatory, and that's primarily glass, which is weak. So I want to make sure I build up my hull strength with these bulkheads and with the reinforcements, because I don't want the hull strength to drop to 0. Once your hull strength drops to 0, you start your base starts to rupture and holes start to form, and your base starts to flood. Now the nice thing is that it doesn't just your base doesn't just fall apart. It just no longer works as a base because you're swimming inside it, having to hold your breath, that kind of thing. So I got the multi-purpose room here. And I'm going to have to continue on. I know I don't have all the components that I'll need for at the moment, all the materials to finish everything, so I'll have to go farming for some, and you'll see that later when I edit it out. Like right here, I just moved everything, all the materials I had out here and all the lockers, I just moved into the multi-purpose room. It's pretty basic, no need to waste your time watching me do the mundane. So I'm going to take my hatch off here, and I'm going to move it over to the other end so that it's more conveniently placed. also going to move these solar panels because I'm going to replace this cross panel, this cross hallway here with an elbow, so I can't have the solar panels in the way. I also don't want to remove both solar panels at the same time because it'll kill all the, it'll remove all my power. And as you can see, the sun, by the shadows and whatnot, the sun is starting to go down. So I'm running out of power and therefore running out of oxygen before daybreak. So I'll just move one at a time. That way I can maintain at least 75 power. Put the hatch over there. We'll move the other solar panel. Now, like I mentioned in a previous video, one of the nice things about the base building is when you deconstruct, you get to keep all of the materials that you used in building the segment or item that you're deconstructing. So if it takes 2 titanium to construct a hallway, then deconstructing that hallway gives you back those 2 titanium. Unfortunately, you don't have that option for things like equipment that you make, like if you accidentally build a second sea glide, for example, when you don't need it, then that you're stuck with it. I mean, you can if you build a trash can, you can get rid of it in the trash can, but you can't get the materials back. So I had to remove the bulkhead here because obviously I'm removing that cross. Now taking out a hallway section like I just did there from the inside will work, but it building from the inside is a lot more difficult and you have to fight with it a lot more. And then of course you can't see if you got it oriented correctly through the walls until after it builds it. And so I go to the outside anytime I'm building. I want to put that bulkhead back. Every time you build or deconstruct something, little information shows up in the top left corner of the screen there. It tells you what the change in your hull strength was and what the new total is. Every room that you build, every hallway you build, all of it subtracts from your hull strength. So the more segments you have, the more rooms you have, the weaker your hull strength, which is why putting in these bulkheads and reinforcements is important. Because even if you don't build a weak room like an observatory, you will eventually run out of hull strength just building hallways. If that's all you build, then you'll eventually run out of hull strength. So I need to put my functional tools back in here. I need a fabricator, the radio, the medikit fabricator. I thought a fabricator fit on that little section by the door, but apparently not. So I'll put it over here. Didn't have enough materials to finish. Forgot a couple. Now, when you start something, if you don't have the materials, it will place it, even though you can't see it. It's there, and therefore you won't be able to build anything else in that spot. So you just got to go back to that spot and finish it. And of course, it won't tell you that it's there either unless you have the building tool equipped and out. Otherwise, it won't say anything at all when you walk up to it. Copper wire and a computer chip. Pick up the last couple of components and get the medkit fabricator built. That's smaller, it'll fit over here. I like the medkit fabricator. I mean, every time you don't have to give it any more supplies in order to make a medkit. When you build it yourself, of course, you have to have supplies every time you build one, but the fabricator will make it without you needing additional supplies, so it's actually a good deal. glass. Need that to build a window. Which again is a weak point, and it lowers your hull strength. So if you want to be able to see outside without actually going outside, you've got to make sure you've got the hull strength.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So I'm gonna expand out here now to. I went and did the materials farming I told you I would do, and I want to expand out another hallway and build an observatory. Now you got to make sure you've gone and got the stalker teeth, and so you can make the enamel glass. My previous video, walkthrough part 7, showed you where to go to get the stalker teeth and how to find them. So right now I want to put the hallway where the window is, so I'm going to have to do a little rearranging. Need to build a reinforcement. I don't know if you saw the last time I built a part of the when I put in the window, the hull strength was less than 10. I don't know right off the top of my head how much the observatory takes from the total hull strength, but I want to make sure that it's not going to take me below 0, so I want to build a reinforcement. Get that window out of the way. Now the reinforcement is nice. Once you actually put it up, you can place other things on it. Like you can put the fabricator on it. You can put the battery chargers, power cell chargers. You can put all that stuff on it. So you have to build. You build it, but it doesn't actually cost you any space. The only time it would cost you any space is if you're putting the wall lockers in front of it. They've got to be, an extra couple of millimeters away from the wall in order to make room for that segment. So I've taken out the window there, and now I'm going to build a hallway. That's not the hallway section I wanted. So I'm going to be building the moon pool, so I need another T. Oh, I'm out of battery too. I'll have to take the battery out of something else. Plug it in there so I can finish. I need a battery charger. Wiring kit, computer chip, titanium. So you get the materials and you can build all those materials with the fabricator. So I got the battery charger. Now the battery charger will pull energy from the base. So I've got my 2 solar panels that provide 150 energy. Each battery will pull from that 150. If it's daytime, you won't notice the power draw. If it's nighttime, then you're going to pull that power directly out of your stored 150 power. So it can drop it down. So you got to be careful how much power you're going to be pulling from your base if it's nighttime. If it's daytime, you don't have to worry about it. So I went ahead and pulled the batteries out of all my tools, so they're all getting kind of low, and put them in there except for one battery so I can keep working. So like I said, I need a T here, not a straight piece. And the reason for that is because I'll need to branch off of this hallway in order to build my moon pool, which I don't have the blueprint for yet. We will cover getting the blueprints for that and a bunch of the Cyclop blueprints in the next video. So I've got that. I need enamel glass. Like I said, the enamel glass is made from glass and stalker teeth. So if you haven't already done so, you want to take a pull up the previous video, walk through part 7, and follow the directions in there to go get a stalker tooth in order to make your enamel glass. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put in one more reinforcement. And that gets my hull strength up to 20.8. You know, the reinforcements add 7 to your hull strength. The bulkheads add 3. I think it's 3. The Observatory will subtract from that total. Let's just go ahead and build that. Wrong button. And you can see that took 3 from the hull strength. Your standard hallway takes, I think, 1. But now you've got the observatory, which has got windows all the way around, and top and bottom. Which could be cool in some of the deeper biomes. Here it's, you know, kind of basic, but it's cool to be able to see around. And you can put an interior grow bed in here, grow plants in here, just like where we got the blueprint from on the island. See a little fish out there. And you can look up in pretty much all directions. The only part you can't really see through, obviously, is back through your base. I'm thinking I'm going to put a bed in here to make this my bedroom, but I don't have the blueprints for that yet. I need to go to the Aurora to get that. But anyhow, this is the end of this video. You see, I added the multi-purpose room and the observatory to my base, and I'll add more to it later in later videos. Thank you for watching. If you like this, go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll see you next time around. Have a good day.